The Chinese Freemasons building at the corner of Pender and Carroll carries the weight of history. A myriad of tenants have passed through over the years, but one, Modernized Tailors, has been a part of Chinatown's fabric for 99 years.
My dad started the business in 1913, and they started the tailor shop with my mother's help and a few of my uncles.
At 89, Bill Wong is still threading the needle and sewing and fitting handmade tailor suits.
Well, I just let out everything you got.
Along with his brother Jack, they've been working at the shop since they were 12. How old is that machine, Bill?
Oh, it must be at least 75 years old, yeah.
The machine's 75 years old?
It still makes a very good stitching, yeah. It's a buttonhole with a keyhole. You see, here's the keyhole. All the tailors who can't afford a new buttonhole machine, which costs about $30,000, they bring it in here and we get to do it for them.
For Bill and Jack, cutting and stitching wasn't supposed to be their destiny. Their father, Wong Gong Lai, like any immigrant, wanted more for his sons. In the late 1940s, both brothers graduated UBC with an engineering degree. But with rampant institutional racism, finding engineering work with a Chinese background would prove to be difficult.
When you graduate, you got no chance to work in your profession. I just went to school because my dad figured, oh, you got to go to university. The race situation here is no good. Who knows, you might have to go back to China or something like that. But then when the war came, things changed completely.
It's the end of the war, and they reserve all the good jobs for the veterans.
Yeah.
And if we graduate maybe a couple of years earlier or later, be better chance of us to get a job.
And that's what happened to their brother Milton Wong, who graduated a few years later from UBC and became a successful financier, making millions handling other people's money. He supported many charities and founded Vancouver's Dragon Boat Festival. His tireless philanthropy earned him the Orders of BC and Canada.
He's easygoing, and he got a kind heart for most people.
Milton never forgot his roots and the sacrifices older brothers made. 5 years ago, he purchased the original building that housed their family's tailor shop. The Wongs were forced to move 3 decades ago after new owners gave them 1 month's notice.
Milton just bought it because for a sentimental reason, I guess. That's where the tailor shop was, right on the corner. We were there for 50 years.
Milton died of cancer just a few weeks ago. In the nearly 10 decades of business, celebrities from Sean Connery to Arnold Schwarzenegger have had suits made by the Wongs. But it's the local clientele that's made Modernized successful.
When I want to feel good and remember the history of the city, I just take a look in my jacket and I see the label, Modernized Tailors. Talk to the old guys about where they got their suits. It was always, you go down to Modernized Tailor, it's the cheapest around, it's the best suits.
At 89, Bill Wong still goes to work 5 days a week. There used to be dozens of tailors in Chinatown. Today, Modernized is the last one. Mass manufacturing has killed the business. When Bill retires, there'll be no more tailors in the Wong family.
All the sewing is mostly done on the factory, but fine tailoring takes a lot of time. You sew and you iron as you go, and then there's a lot of hand stitches involved. I guess there's not demand for fine tailoring.